Ladies and gents, today I've got 7 fragrances that are appropriate for the office, and these are not overthinkers. I didn't want to do a big list. I just want to put you onto some simple, and when I say simple, I don't mean as in bad, just simple fragrances that will have you smelling very nice. And like I say, they're office appropriate, plus a lot of them are cheaper fragrances. I've kept it all under £100 and some of them are £25. So if you're interested, stay tuned, people. What is good, YouTube? Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mikey Cologne, and if you're tuned in, as always, people, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for doing so. It does mean a hell of a lot, and I appreciate everybody's support. That is right. Today I've got 7 fragrances. I didn't want to make this a big list. I could have done 15 fragrances, but I didn't want to do that. I'm trying to keep things simple, cheap, and just have you lot smelling good. That is my main goal. I review fragrances that I think are worth reviewing, and I'll never come on this channel and completely diss a fragrance, because I know a lot of hard work goes into these fragrances, but I review fragrances that I think are worth reviewing, that I think you lot would appreciate, and I think these 7 yous lot will appreciate. Some are unisex, some are masculine, and like I say, there are some cheaper ones in the list. But first off, I'm going to start with a simple but effective fragrance from the house of Aaron Terence Hughes. It is Carbon. This thing smells so goddamn good. Simple but effective. Let me just spray this bad boy. I'll read you some of the notes and then I'll talk to you about the fragrance a little bit. Couple of sprays. Right, you got bergamot, white floral notes, amber, ylang ylang, radiant woods, heliotropin, vanilla, musk, clean skin accord, and ethical ambergris. Everything's laid back. You get the white florals, you get the bergamot up top. They push a nice bit of freshness into the fragrance, but they're relaxed. You get the radiant woods. This does have a very soft, woodsy undertone, but it's relaxed. The musk just wraps itself around all the notes, adding this soft musk quality. The ylang ylang, the heliotropin, they add this creamy facet to the fragrance. This is a fragrance where it'd be great if you're fresh out the shower and you're relaxing around the house, or if you want to wear something that's not going to offend anyone to the office. Rock this fragrance. I had to start with it because it is a great smelling fragrance. This is his 10 mls. They're extractor parfum. I believe this is either 18 or £22 for a 10 ml. I can't remember the cost of the 50 mls, but it is under £100. And for what you get, this smells so goddamn good. The way that vanilla creeps in as well. The clean skin accord, I think, just adds to the overall cleanliness of the fragrance, if that makes sense. The ethical ambergris, I don't really detect it too much. I mean, later on in the dry down, or in the late dry down, a little bit of it comes through, but this is just fresh through and through. Nothing jumps out too much, everything's relaxed, and it is worth grabbing 110%. Anyway, that is Carbon, coming from the house of Aaron Terence Hughes, and this is unisex, straight down the middle. Up next is a cheapie, as I promised. It is Vintage Green from Banana Republic. This is a great bit of juice. Doesn't last forever. You have to reapply after about 4 hours, but the juice that you get, the quality This is 24, 25 pounds in the UK, and I believe this is a 70, 75 ml bottle. Man, this is green through and through, but there is other stuff going on. Let me just spray this. Atomizer ain't that bad, it gets the job done. Right, you got green leaves, bergamot, mandarin orange, green tea, fig, jasmine, magnolia, musk and cedar. It's quite a simple note breakdown. It opens green, it opens citrusy, you get the bergamot. That's at the beginning, in the first couple of minutes. That bergamot and them green leaves are neck and neck. After a couple of minutes, that bergamot calms down and then the green tea comes in with the fig. The fig adds a very light, fruity touch to the fragrance. You're still getting little snippets of the bergamot. It's definitely green, and you just get this ever so slight, fruity tone to the fragrance. This does have a little bit of a woodsy backbone. To me, the jasmine and the magnolia, the white flowers or the white florals, I think they're just supporting notes in this. I think they help out towards the sweet side of things, towards the fresh side of things. The magnolia, I think, has a little bit of a helping hand in that opening, like that citrusy touch that you get up top. Soft musk. I rave about this fragrance every time I talk about it. People, if you haven't tried this, get your paws on it. This is worth the pickup. £25 for this juice. If you was blindfolded and you smelt this, you would think that it was something, or you would think it was more expensive than what it is, because it just comes across smooth. There is no rough edges to this fragrance. I don't know the perfumer behind this fragrance, but whoever it is, they have done a great job with it. Yes, you have to reapply after 4 hours, but it doesn't matter. Overspray it. This is fresh, green, citrusy, woodsy, faintly musky, very office safe, and you will not offend nobody by wearing this scent. And that is Vintage Green from Banana Republic. Great pickup. Up next is another freshie. It is Lacoste. Are you ready for this name? Lacoste L1212 Blanche Eau Intense. And this is their newest release. This came out in 2023. What a great freshie this is. This is if you're wearing a shirt and a blazer, or just a shirt and you're looking smart and you're going to work and you want to smell crisp, put this bad boy on. This does smell good. I picked this 100 ml up for about £45. I cannot remember the name of the website. I will leave it in the link down below. Let me just spray it. I've put a dent in this, look. Right. Oh, it's good. You've got mandarin orange, cardamom, lavender, mugwort, sage, leather, sandalwood and vetiver. This is a simple fragrance. It opens up citrusy up top. The orange is the main player. You've got the lavender and the sage doing what they do best. They give this fragrance an aromatic twist. And then once you start getting into the mid, that is when the woods really come out. The vetiver overshadows sandalwood, but the vetiver is clean. I would say it's got a little snippet of an earthy touch, but apart from that, this is a clean vetiver, and this is a clean fragrance through and through. Like, this is lively. This it's fresh out the shower. Spray, or fresh out the shower, get dressed, spray this on, rock into work. You're going to leave a nice little scent trail behind you. No one's going to think that it smells off-putting. There is nothing to dislike about this fragrance. It's just clean, fresh and bright. And this is definitely office safe. Man, you can rock this to the gym as well. You can wear this stuff to bed. Very versatile stuff. This definitely deserves to be on the list. Inexpensive. Great pickup, and that is Lacoste L1212 Blanche Eau Intense. We're going for something a little bit darker now, not too dark, but just a little bit darker. It's not a freshie. This is Magnificent Black from the House of Zara. What great pickup these fragrances are. In their Series 1 and their Series 2 line, all the ones that I own and have tried, they cost £25 for 100 ml, and they're all done by master perfumers. And the quality of these juices, yeah, they're not beast mode. Some of them I get 4 or 5 hours. Sometimes I get 6 hours out of the fragrances in these lines. But this, office safe, yes. Let me just spray it and I'll read you the notes. Simple, but again, very effective. The atomizer ain't great on this one, and look, it leaks. I think I've got a dodgy atomizer, but that don't matter. I ain't pissed off about that. The juice I'm happy about. Oh, balsamic. Right, amber, violet, leather, patchouli, mineral notes, cedar, vetiver, jasmine and water notes. Warm, sweet, very soft spice. That leather gives this fragrance a very smooth, suede undertone. Very lightly, like nothing jumps out too much in this fragrance. The leather comes across like soft suede. You do get the amber straight away, and it gives it this warm balsamic facet. It is sweet. Once that opening calms down, the patchouli and the woods give this fragrance this full-bodied effect or feel, so to speak. But at the same time, it comes across being a little bit airy, because with amber, patchouli and the woods, you'd think that this would be a little bit of a dark, heavy fragrance. Heavy, it is not. Once that opening calms down after a couple of minutes, like I say, it's got this airy vibe to it, and it just sits very nice on the skin. This is a not in your face fragrance. Like, it has moderate projection for the first 45 minutes to an hour or so, and then it reins in. But if someone gets in your personal space, they're going to pick this fragrance up. Woodsy undertone, sweet, you get the patchouli, it adds to that woodsiness, it adds a little bit of sweetness to the fragrance. The jasmine gives it soft edges. £25, man, if I paid £50 for this, I would have been happy with this juice. Seriously, that is how good this fragrance is. People, just look into this. Magnificent Black from the House of Zara. Great, great fragrance. Inexpensive, office safe, stunner. Coming up next is a fragrance from the House of Carthusia, and it is Legia La Serena. What a stunner this fragrance is. If you enjoy oranges in your fragrances, you need to get your paws on this. No, it doesn't come across smelling like a candied, chewy orange. It doesn't. It is a citrus or citric orange. Look at this atomizer. Watch. Beastly. You can pick these fragrances up, this brand, at discounters for £65 for a 100 ml bottle. That is a steal. Right, I'm going to read you some of the notes, not all of them, because this has got loads of notes in it and I ain't going to bore you to death. But you got lavender, Sicilian lemon, incense, Italian mandarin, Calabrian bergamot, Brazilian orange, vanilla, patchouli, musk, and there are many more notes. I think you got clove in this, styrax. Right, this opens up full on orange. You get the Italian mandarin, you get the Brazilian orange, but it's also accompanied by a zesty lemon and bergamot, nearly pulpy, but that orange overshadows the lemon and bergamot. They're in the back. They're just adding a little bit of zest. So this is fresh, spicy and citrusy when this first opens up. But once this starts drying down, this fragrance goes from being fresh spicy to warm spicy. The vanilla starts amping up. The styrax starts coming through. It goes a little bit balsamic-y. I think you got benzoin in this. But that orange is still centre stage. You dries down a little bit more, and then that orange starts taking a back seat, and then the lemongrass that you've got in this comes to the forefront, whilst staying warm, sweet and spicy. How they have done this fragrance, hats off to the perfumer, because they've done a great job with this. It's complex but simple at the same time. Like, there's quite a lot going on in this fragrance. There's quite a few changes. Like, you'd have one note at the front, then another note will come at the front, but the note that was at the front beforehand you still get, but it's sitting at the back. This is a great scent. To me, this is an all year round fragrance. Office friendly, very versatile, and like I say, if you enjoy orange or warm spicy fragrances with orange and then a little bit of lemon and bergamot, you will enjoy this fragrance. It also has a little bit of a creamy nature in the late dry down. I could pipe on about this fragrance all day long. People, if you want a great office fragrance, this is one of them. And this is Legia La Serena from the house of Cartuzia. What a mouthful that is. Fellas, if you're watching this, this is for yous lot who don't want to smell fresh at work. You want something with a little bit of a sexy edge to it. Wear Givenchy Gentleman at the parfum. This is a great scent. This has probably been reviewed over 1,000 times, and a lot of them reviews have been good reviews, and that is for good reason, because this is a great smelling fragrance. If you're wearing this to the office and you're around the ladies, fellas, I'm telling you, they're going to ask you what you're wearing. They are. I'm not saying you're going to get compliments every time, but I guarantee this will perk up somebody's interest. Right, you got black pepper, lavender, bergamot, orris, which is iris, clove, cinnamon, vanilla husk or black vanilla husk, Tulu balsam, tonka bean, benzoin and patchouli. This slaps you in the face not once but twice when it first opens up with black pepper. The clove is there as well, so it is spicy when it first opens up. The lavender and the bergamot are very short-lived in this. I think they just push a little bit of freshness into that initial opening of the fragrance. That pepper is still spicy, but I think if that lavender and bergamot wasn't there, I think it would be a lot more spicier than what it already is. And then in comes the orris. It gives this fragrance a powdery quality. The vanilla starts coming in, so it's vanillic, a little balsamic. This is just a great wear. You can wear this on a night out, no problem. If you're going out with the lads for drinks and you want to wear something that's attractive, you can wear this. But if you're rocking this to the office, it is definitely office safe, because there is nothing off-putting about it. And I don't think it's too much. I believe in wear what you want when you want. If you own something and you like it, rock it. Obviously, I don't use like choking people out left, right and centre with your fragrances. I don't mean physically. But if you enjoy something, wear it. And this would make a great office scent. Like I say, you can wear it going out. But if you want something with a little bit of a sexy edge, Givenchy Gentleman at the parfum. Fellas, if you haven't already, go and get yourself a 1ml or 2ml sample. Try it and see what you think about it. Vanillic, balsamic, powdery, great juice. And lastly, I wanted to put this on the list. Right, I done first impressions on this a couple of weeks ago, and I couldn't smell a goddamn thing. It took me 5, 6, 7 wears to finally be able to pick up this fragrance. And I don't know if it's because the synthetic molecule that's used to create this note, your nose takes a little bit of time adapting to it. Like once it's in there, I don't know. But it is molecule 01 from the house of eccentric molecules. Like I say, I couldn't smell nothing when I first sprayed this on a few weeks back. But I've been consistent with it, and I thought, you know what? I'm hoping I'm going to smell something one day, and I do. And this is very minimalistic. This is for the people that don't want to offend nobody, and you do like a fragrance, but you just don't want nothing that's going to be even moderate, really. To me, this is a skin scent, but I do get wafts of it in the air every now and again. So what does it smell like to me? To me, this is soft, musky, woodsy, got a little bit of sweetness to it, and a very soft touch of spice. And that is what I get from this fragrance. When I spray it on my skin, and I've got my nose about, say, 6 to 9 inches away from my arm, I can detect it. But when I go straight after spraying it, I can't smell nothing. I have to be a little bit away to detect it, right? And then after an hour or so, I can then dig my nose in, then I can detect it. And then I can't smell nothing in the air. And then I'll be sitting there, or I don't know, walking about, I get a waft of it. And then a little time goes by, I get another waft of it. So it does project, but I think it's just, I don't know if it's the nose adapting, like I say, to the molecule, ISO super that they're using in this. But when I do get wafts of it, this is a great smelling fragrance. It doesn't matter how minimalistic it is. I've always said, if it smells good, I don't care if it's complex. I don't care if it's complex or just standard, so to speak, linear. I don't care if it's inexpensive or if it's expensive. If something smells good and I like it, I'm going to wear it. And I just wish that this is one of them fragrances that I wished was a projection beast. I wish I could smell it all day long, because when I get whiffs of this, it smells so good. Clean, airy, woodsy, little sweet, a little musky. And I just wanted to put it on the list because it would be one of the perfect fragrances to wear to an office setting if you didn't want to offend anyone. And that is Molecule 01 from the House of Eccentric Molecules. Right, people, that is 7 fragrances that I think you can rock to the office. Like I say, some inexpensive ones. The most expensive one is Molecule 01. But I picked this up, partly used. I think there's about 4 or 5 mil missing out of it, for £65. So £25, £65. I think you can get these at discounters now. I don't know how much you can pick these up for. I didn't look, I should have, I do apologise. But anyway, that's 7 fragrances. To me, they all smell very nice. Easy going. You don't have to overthink them. And like I say, there is some inexpensive ones. So it's a good budget. They're good budget fragrances, so to speak. Right, people, let me know if you've tried any of these. If you have, jot down which ones you've tried. Drop a comment to let me know what you lot wear to work. I'd love to hear your thoughts, people. Maybe you might introduce a new fragrance to me. We'll never know. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you lot on the next one. Cheers.